My name is Mattia, and I'm the Acceleration Program Director of Immediate Accelerator, and is a program made by RS Production that is a production and distribution house for movies and documentaries in Italy, and is backed by Rolling Stone Italy also. That is one of our outlets, since we are also publisher here in Italy. And our program is born in 2020, has been launched in 2020, and is vertical in media and entertainment sector. As we are covering this sector, and we are using this program also as an open innovation program for RS Production in order to detect interesting projects and startups, not only in Italy, but all over the world, in order to use it internally, but launch them also using our media visibility, media assets, and so giving them the full support from an advertisement and visibility point of view to networking also, thanks to our huge network of corporate and also investors. Italian startup landscape is relatively recent, but we have made important progress reducing the gap between us and the other European countries over the past few years. Let's consider few figures thanks to a very interesting report that you can find, by the way, online, that is being made by Growth Capital and the Italian Tech Alliance. VCs in the UK invested in 2023 16 billion, with more than 3,000 deals. France itself 6.8 billion, with almost 1,500 deals. So we are still far, we have to be honest, from the main VC ecosystem, and that are the one that I just mentioned. So UK, France, but also Germany and Spain is also bigger than ours. But if we consider that Italian VCs in 2020 were investing less than $500 million, in the last 3 years, the investment gap made by VCs has almost halved. So we faced of course, difficult period situation about the economic environment, but the good point is that Italy keep on growing. So moreover, the last quarter of 2023 marked the second best performance in the last 6 years in terms of number of funding rounds, with 90 rounds. And another important data is that 35% of the investors that has been active in the last years of 2023 that were international investors. So we are attracting also foreign capital. So if we consider the growing number of startups, investment funds, and the average of the size of the rounds, we have for sure important foundation for further expansion. There is a lot of potential, let me tell you, that is still unexpressed in our country, but I'm quite confident that we can still and keep on growing. Italy's ecosystem has experienced significant growth, as I said, in the recent years, with the number of funding deals that has increased. And an important fact is that various key cities, such as Milan, Turin in the north, Rome in the center, but also a southern region, that is Campania, that are emerging as important hubs for innovation, with many incubators and accelerators that are already born and are growing and making a great contribution to the entire ecosystem. So we saw an important growth already in 2022 when Italian startups secured our first huge amount in terms of investment with 1.87 billion through almost 340 deals. And so this made a substantial surge in funding compared to the previous year of 2021. And if we consider also 2023, we faced, of course, not a very good year in terms of figures and numbers of investment in entire Europe. But where Europe experienced a reduction in exit numbers, Italy had an increase to an historic high. So we faced this. We found this important result, and we had the 44 exits and 325 investment rounds. So, while in Europe there was a reduction in exit, passing from 1,100 in 2022, more or less, to around 800 2023, we had this increase and we reached our maximum level, let's say. So this is for sure a good news. And we have also we had an increase of active investors in early stage and a significant raise also in pre-seed funding rounds. So this means that probably in the future years we will have also other rounds also for Series A and so on. And another thing that is interesting is that, is necessary, is that is about the government support, because fortunately and finally, Italy has taken interesting initiative to boost the ecosystem. First of all, with CDP, that is the Italian National Promotional Institution, and the launch of the National Innovation Fund. So this was very, very important also to invest also in some acceleration program and in an incubator vertical in this important sector for the Italian ecosystem. So in addition to this, we saw an implementation of tax incentives for equity investments. That is also very, very important in order to attract equity investments, and also other measures to force it through the public funds to foster the innovation and R&D. So if we look ahead on 2024, we are expecting to exceed the investment level since we faced already in 2023, especially in the last quarter, a good level of investments, and with an increase also of international investor. And so this is for sure positive. So what we can say also about 2024, probably we will see also other new business models related to the AI. That is, we have this disruptive potential related to the AI, and so many interesting value proposition that can born, and hopefully we'll face a more tempered impact in terms of the macroeconomic factors. The biggest problem for sure is the lack of funds and investment. And we faced a delay also from the large companies in investments and in open innovation programs. With more funds, financial resources, and so on, and the support of the corporates, we could definitely see more strong and interesting projects, and then startups growing. Of course, as I said before, the CDP, the Italian National Promotional Institution, has taken interesting initiatives, creating the National Innovation Fund, but it's not yet enough to make our startups competitive internationally, since, as I said before, UK is playing in another championship, and France also, thanks to all the initiatives that has been taken by Macron before being the president and as a minister. Indeed, in France, for instance, there is a strong interest and important investment from the corporate. If the corporate world can support in innovative projects and startup, you can see immediately another change of the entire ecosystem, because is a key factor for the success, and it's been, in fact, for France, the key factor for the entire startup ecosystem, where we have seen every year increasing the number of unicorns and the number of new innovative businesses growing, starting born and growing there. So without the contribution of the corporate, and so also the corporate venture capital, is impossible to see this kind of growth as we saw and we are seeing in the other countries in Europe. So this is the crucial point, and something that we for sure have to be careful and try to implement and to be concerned about. If we see the report from Growth Capital and Italy Tech Alliance, it's quite evident the growth of the deep tech sector, with an increased number of rounds and the higher amounts raised. So the deep tech for sure is quite is a key sector at the moment, even if it's not one of the historical sector that trained that made the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Italy. There is also the smart city sector that is contributing to the overall progression of funding activities, and is coming out from this report. And as a vertical, the fintech is the vertical sector with the highest number of rounds, VC rounds. I'm talking about VC rounds in 2023. So if we have to consider then attracting sectors, we have for sure to talk about health and biotech and food tech, because are for sure interesting sectors for Italy that are attracting attention and investment, especially from the other foreign countries. We have to mention also the sector that are growing thanks to the government, and so the Italian National Promotional Institutions, that is CDP, because CDP launched some vertical accelerator with also some funds that can fund these acceleration programs, and they're investing in automotive, agriculture, food, fashion, financial services. So we have a wide range of vertical sector, and so it's good because we have a lot of knowledge and innovative projects that are just have to be launched, and with this kind of wide support from CDP, for sure we'll see new disruptive technologies that we will born in the next future. And indeed, they are investing also and looking for what they call in Industry 4.0, let's say, And they are looking for technologies such as the IoT, AI, biotech, big data, blockchain. And so there is a big focus on this. And that's why also we are seeing, talking about figures and the VC rounds, a lot of investments in the deep tech and in the smart city sector. There is an evidence of the value of Italian human capital. If you see also, for example, the mention in scientific articles and the number of the patents and the excellence of Italian research. So we are starting from something that is concrete, that is our human capital. And so the Italian startup have a huge potential to make an impact on the global innovation landscape. Just need to capitalize this exceptional talent pool and a long-term and rich history of entrepreneurship. So this can be for sure a distinctive advantage on the global stage. And to stand internationally should strategically focus also on sector where they have demonstrated significantly innovation and competitiveness, for sure. Plus, we have another huge strength that probably we only have in the world, that is quite a brand, let's say, that is the excellence of the Made in Italy. And so this Made in Italy can and have to be considered like a brand. And this is a powerful differentiation that we have and that we have to leverage. So combining all this strength and the elements, for sure, we have a great opportunity for international succeed. We talk that daily with entrepreneurs from over the world, not only Italians, and through our corporates and to the acceleration program that they manage. So for sure, like every market, Italian one also has its uniqueness and its peculiarities. So it's essential to understanding the market and have a deep knowledge of all its characteristics. So the marketing, how to market, and the marketing, talking about products and services both, is definitely the most important thing. And so you cannot just come and try. You need a deep knowledge of all of this. But another very important feedback that I can give and I can provide, and I always give, and with the acceleration program also is like a pillar that we are considering, is that is absolutely important to build a network. So create connection within the ecosystem and create a strong net of collaboration with all the levels, from the investors, from which you can have for sure feedback, and from other entrepreneurs, from the advisors for sure, and participating in acceleration program for sure is very, very important also to have this kind of advice. And last but not least, with other startups, because the best feedback is also from other startups, not only the succeeding one, but also the one that already failed, because you can learn from the failure of the others. And so the last pillar, that is something that we can and we do provide also with our acceleration program, is the visibility. because you have to gain visibility and create a strong brand awareness, collaborating, partnering with the right players in order to stand out and be recognized since the beginning. So with this is crucial to enter in this, but as every other market.